The Bahrain Defense Force has issued the following statement. The Bahrain Defense Force deeply mourns the tragic loss of fallen serviceman Major Mohammed Salim Mohammed Anbar, who valiantly gave his life in the line of duty. On Wednesday, October the 25th, 2023, Major Mohammed Salim Mohammed Anbar passed away, affected by his serious injuries as a result of the act of aggression conducted by the Houthi forces, which took place on September 25, 2023 during his dedicated service in the Arab Coalition forces as part of Operation Decisive Store and Operation Restoring Hope along the southern borders of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The General Headquarters of the Bahrain Defense Force extends its deepest condolences to the family of the fallen serviceman, praying to Allah the Almighty to rest his soul in eternal peace, and for the injured a speedy recovery. The BDF Commander-in-Chief Field Marshal Sheikh Khalifa bin Ahmed Al Khalifa received the body of the fallen serviceman Major Mohammed Salim Mohammed Anbar at the Isa Air Base in the presence of the Minister of Defense Affairs Lieutenant General Abdullah bin Hassan Al Naimi and the Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Dhiab bin Sagar Al Naimi. The body arrived on board a Royal Bahraini Air Force military plane, and special military ceremonies were held in the presence of a number of senior BDF officers and the family of the fallen serviceman. The Commander-in-Chief conveyed the condolences of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, Deputy Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, to the family members and their prayers for a speedy recovery for the wounded and injured. He prayed to Allah the Almighty to rest the souls of the fallen servicemen in eternal peace and to grant their families solace. He affirmed that the sacrifices of the brave servicemen are a source of pride for all, as they have lost their lives while valiantly performing their national duties to defend the southern borders of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia within the coalition forces to support legitimacy in Yemen, participating in Operations Restore Hope. The National Security Advisor and Commander of the Royal Guard, His Highness Lieutenant General Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Commander of the Royal Guard Special Force, His Highness Colonel Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Minister of Defense Affairs Lieutenant General Abdullah bin Hassan Al Naimi, and the Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Dhiab bin Sagar Al Naimi were at the forefront of a crowd of mourners at the Hnaniya Cemetery to perform the funeral prayer for the fallen serviceman Major Mohammed Salim Mohammed Anbar, one of the brave men of the Bahrain Defense Force, who was part of the coalition to support legitimacy in Yemen, participation in Operation Restoring Hope, stationed on the southern border of Saudi Arabia to defend its borders.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
His Highness the National Security Advisor, His Highness the Commander of the Royal Guard Special Force, the Minister of Defense Affairs, the Chief of Staff, and the mourners recited prayers for the martyr. They then conveyed the condolences and sympathy of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince, Deputy Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, and the Bahrain Defense Force Commander-in-Chief Field Marshal Sheikh Khalifa bin Ahmed Al Khalifa, to the family and relatives of the fallen servicemen, wishing the wounded a speedy recovery. They also offered their sincere condolences and sympathy to the fallen serviceman's family and relatives, and prayed to Allah the Almighty to rest his soul in eternal peace, wishing the wounded a speedy recovery. The funeral was attended by a number of BDF senior officers, officials, the family and relatives of the fallen servicemen, and a large crowd of citizens. Bahrain's parliamentary division delegation, headed by the Representative Council Speaker Ahmed Al Musallam, participated in a hearing for 4 female candidates for the presidency of the Inter-Parliamentary Union for the years 2024 to 2026. The 4 candidates presented their academic and practical careers and their role in parliamentary work at the local, regional, and international levels. The candidates informed the heads of parliaments and representatives of their vision and programs that contribute to the continued development and performance processes in the work of the Inter-Parliamentary Union over the past years. The first Deputy Chairman of the Shura Council, Jamal Muhammad Fakhru, delivered before the 147 General Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union a presentation on behalf of Bahrain's Parliamentary Division. During his presentation, Mr. Fakhru affirmed Bahrain's commitment to implementing and applying the recommendations adopted by the IPU during its General Assemblies. Mr. Fakhru outlined the series of actions taken by the Kingdom of Bahrain during the past year to implement IPU's recommendations and decisions, such as gender equality, gender-sensitive parliaments, promoting peaceful coexistence, the enactment of a law criminalizing blasphemy, the establishment of the National Cyber Security Center, the issuance of a law protecting personal information, and a law on information technology crimes, in addition to signing about 40 regional and international agreements in the field of cybersecurity and information technology. In the climate change dossier, Mr. Fakhru highlighted Bahrain's numerous initiatives to achieve net zero emissions by 2060, reduce carbon emissions by 2035, as well as joining several international agreements related to climate change and issuing a new law pertaining to the environment and climate change. Bahrain national handball team succeeded in reaching the final of the Asian men's handball qualification tournament for the 2024 Paris Olympics after defeating Qatar 30-29 in the semi-final of the tournament held at Al Duhail Sports Hall. The team demonstrated an outstanding performance after their victory over the Qatari team, the hosts securing their place in the final match. They are now one step away from qualifying for the Paris 2024 Olympics, approaching the possibility of replicating the historic achievement they had attained in the qualifiers for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, where they qualified for the Olympic Games for the first time. The National Committee for Evaluating Government Service Centers has begun its field visits to oversee the general evaluation process of customer service centers according to comprehensive and objective criteria.
In line with the government's vision to improve the sustainability of government services, advance the kingdom's digital transformation, and promote excellence, innovation and competitiveness, the Taqeem program emerged as a pivotal initiative with a focus on evaluating government service centers to enhance the quality of services provided to the public. And as part of Taqeem program, a national committee composed of experts oversee the evaluation process by conducting field visits to monitor and assess the general performance of customer service centers. The program goes beyond evaluating current practices, as it actively encourages a culture of innovation and creativity within government service centers. Recognizing that innovation plays a vital role in delivering exceptional services, the program seeks to inspire and empower center staff to develop innovative solutions, while fostering an environment that values forward-thinking ideas. As the program enters its 4th cycle, it continues to ensure that citizens and residents receive efficient and satisfactory service experiences, further driving Bahrain's public sector towards excellence.
The Sustainable Development Ministry and the Information and E-Government Authority held 2 virtual training workshops for the affiliates of the Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture and the Health Ministry on the use of the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Western Asia (ESCWA) monitoring application for reporting on Sustainable Development Goals (MARS) platform. The Sustainable Development Ministry indicated that a series of training workshops will be held during the coming period for various government agencies in order to enhance the exchange of national data related to Sustainable Development Goals on a regular and real-time basis. The workshops will inform the specialized employees of the various relevant government agencies about the MARS platform mechanism and train them on how to use it immediately to record the indicators that have been achieved within the Sustainable Development Goals. The Kingdom of Bahrain has long been renowned for agriculture and fertile land. In fact, Bahrain was historically referred to as the mother of 1,000,000 palms, which was attributed to the efforts of the Bahraini farmers throughout the years.
Achieving food security is the primary goal pursued by Bahraini farmers, who have dedicated themselves to developing the fundamentals of this profession as they aim to obtain high-quality agricultural crops by utilizing imported seeds and cultivating them in Bahrain soil, ultimately harvesting crops that enrich the local markets. The diverse local crops, which consist of both locally cultivated plants and those grown from imported seeds, are the result of the farmers' efforts to ensure Bahraini products are available throughout the year. Bahraini farmers have become more specialized and innovative thanks to the support and various initiatives provided by agricultural institutions in Bahrain, most notably the King Hamad Award for Agricultural Development and the initiatives introduced by the National Initiative for Agricultural Development (NIAD) under the leadership of Her Royal Highness the wife of His Majesty the King. The efforts of Bahraini farmers have been instrumental in shaping Bahrain's agricultural landscape, enhancing food security, and strengthening the contribution of the agriculture sector to the national economy. And with their unwavering commitment, Bahrain's farmers are positioned to shape a prosperous future for the nation's agriculture, benefiting both the country and its people.